This is it. The final conclusion. The ending. Or the beginning of the end. Or the ending of the beginning. We're going to finally see how Hayden Christensen becomes James Earl Jones. How Anakin becomes Darth Vader. How Darth Vader becomes Darth Vader. The final chapter. The new beginning. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it. I just got it down. It's just done. It's done. It's Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Let's get into it. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka, and today we're going to review Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now, before I jump into that movie review, let me tell you what Movie Breakdowns is. It's a movie review series. We look at new and old movies, give them a grade, A through F, plus and minuses do count. Sometimes I have a guest, sometimes I don't. And today, we're going solo round. No pun intended. Now, let's jump into it. So, this movie, to me, is by far the best of the prequels. It's by far the best. Like, I will argue hands down about that fact. Like, there's nothing you can tell me about the second movie, which sucks so bad. I don't even know how they got that out of production. Like, somebody should have sat there and looked at Attack of the Clones and was like, hey, man, we can't do this. We got to redo this movie, man. Versus, like, oh, what's the first one? Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Like, that right there was a C-level movie. It had moments where it's like, oh, okay. And they had moments like, oh, this is fun. This is cool. I enjoyed this. And then Revenge of the Sith was like, hey, man, you thought that was fun and cool. Watch this one, because this is about to get good. Get good. Star Wars, get good edition. But, but yeah, the movie starts off, and it starts off with pretty much, it's a fun opening. It's, one, I love the droids talking. The droids in this movie have more personality for some reason. You know, maybe the second one didn't have that many droids in it. I don't know. I don't think it did. I don't remember the droids talking at all in the second one. In the first one, they talked. But this one is more than just Roger, Roger. And it opens up with like Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi going into pretty much trying to retrieve the counselor back from Count Dooku. Count Dooku somehow captured the counselor, and they're going in, they try to find him. They're doing like a pretty much a dogfight in the air and the sky and space. Pretty much, there's a battle ensuing, and they finally get inside the ship, Count Dooku's ship, and the droids are sitting there like, "What was that? What was this? Hey, hold it there! What are you doing? All this droid talk, Roger, Roger, like all this talk," and they're getting beat down by Obi-Wan and Anakin. And there's a scene where Obi-Wan and Anakin are in the elevator, and the droids literally goes, hands up. And Anakin and Obi-Wan looks at each other like, nah, man. And just starts cutting them down. The droids should immediately start attacking them instead of saying hands up. But anyway, it's kind of funny. It's just funny hitting the droids talk about drop your weapons and then getting like cut, sliced down. Like, really? The droids that stupid? Like, seriously. But anyway, I just thought it was funny. I thought it was a funny opener. Go back and rewatch it. And this movie actually has a lot of fighting in it. Like, I thought that such a big cast in this movie. You had Count Dooku. You had General Grievous, who is a phenomenal character, by the way. I wish we got more of him. Mace Windu versus Darkside. Obi-Wan versus Anakin. Not Mace Windu. Yoda versus Darkside. Like, Anakin? Anakin versus Count Dooku, and also Obi-Wan versus Count Dooku. Like, with so many big battles in this movie, like, you thought it could be a little too cluttered, and it wasn't. It wasn't at all. I actually thought this movie was really evenly paced. Like, it was well paced for me. Like, because it opens up with Anakin, or it opens up with the whole battle scene. And then, you know, they defeat Count Dooku, and then they get back to Counselor. General Grievous sets them up. They gotta find a way to land the ship. Anakin does it right, because, you know, he's a pilot. So you know how to pilot and land everything. It showed more Anakin being like, he's master ready. And then it starts showing the dissension between Anakin and Anakin and the Jedi Knights. It starts showing the dissension between the Anakins and the Council, because they won't let him be a master. He wants to become a master so bad. So pretty much the plot of this movie is Anakin wants to be a master, but they won't let him be a master. As they're trying to end the war, Dark Sidious is finally showing himself. He's finally playing his cards because the war is coming to the end. And they kind of find out that they're trying to beat General Grievous, who they believe will end all the war, and they already do find Dark Sidious, but they get Sidious been with them the whole time. So as the war is coming to the end, Sidious reveals himself, and when he reveals himself, he'll be able to take Anakin underneath his wing, because Anakin's already been having dissension with the council. On top of that, Anakin already broke a rule where he got Padme pregnant, so he's no longer like a what's the word I'm looking for? A true Jedi, because Jedi are celibate. Like he didn't follow the rules of the Jedi, so he broke a rule there, and he wants to end the war as well. So he think working with Sidious would make it happen. But anyway, Sidious is a bad person, so he gets turned to the dark side because he also wants to save Padme. And he wants to save Padme, and he thinks the only way to do it is by teaming up with Darth Sidious, not knowing that no, there's other ways to save her. As you could have found out later in the movie, they kind of threw this in there. I'll spoil it. They say that like Qui-Gon Jinn, Liam Neeson, find a way to not cheat death, but find a way to keep himself going after death. And pretty much it's the whole like you can see your Jedi Master after they passed away kind of deal. And they could have done the same thing with Padme, but they didn't. They didn't teach it for some reason. And nobody talked to Anakin about it. Nobody talked to Anakin about it. But also another thing, the counselor was Anakin's friend, which never really got to see that relationship grow, like their friendship grow. You just figured that, they're good friends after all these years, which they kind of just threw that in there to make the dissension a little more, I guess, reasonable. Like why would Anakin side with Dark Sidious besides one that his wife is gonna die and two that they're friends. Also another thing about this movie that stood out to me, this is me just being nitpicky at this point. Padme told Anakin that they was pregnant, and Anakin had this face of shock. I was like, dude, do you not know how to wrap it up? Like, I don't know. You'll think he will learn everything about it since he's, but I don't know. Then if Padme, is she also celibate because she's focused on, the council and everything? Maybe. I don't know. That's my thoughts. I don't know. We're not gonna go into it. Not gonna dive. I will assume they're both celibate and they don't know how, but they made a baby, so they knew somewhat of it. Not gonna think too hard into it. But yeah, so Anakin had all these visions. I already mentioned it. He had all these visions. He wanted to keep Padme from dying, and because of that, it kind of goes down. You can see why Anakin joins the dark side, and Anakin pretty much just goes off and kills off all the Jedi because Darkseid is like, we can win the war this way, and we'll save Padme. Wrong. Which is another thing. Okay, so if Dark Sidious could save Padme and he couldn't, Anakin should have turned on Anakin Anakin should turn on Dark Sidious the minute he told him that what's his name died. He's like, at the end of the movie, Anakin said, "Is Padme, is she alive?" And Darth Sidious goes, "No, you killed her in your anger." Darth Vader should have just attacked Dark Sidious right there and it's like, you told me you could have saved her. No, he stepped off the field, or stepped off the plate, or the machine, or wherever, the board, or wherever he was on, the table. No. By the way, that's the most hated. I hate that word. So I hate that scene so much. That one word, no, dragged out, no. Like, really? Really, brah? Really? See here. Other thing I want to look at here. Oh, Palpatine, Darth Sidious was super cartoony to me. Like, he was really cartoony, and he kept saying good, like really weird. And there's a scene where Mace Windu's attacking Palpatine, and Palpatine's, I'm feeling weak, and then Mace Windu stops, and Palpatine goes, power, unlimited power. I was like, oh my gosh, you're cartoony, too cartoony, super cartoony. But Yeah, it's besides Palpatine being cartoony, it was a solid movie to me. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed it a lot better. Even the final fight scene, I enjoyed it a lot. Even Darth Sidious versus Yoda, I enjoyed it. Like it was a good movie. I enjoyed this. No complaints. Besides that stuff. Besides Palpatine being cartoony. All right, let's get to the cast. So Ewan McGregor plays Obi-Wan Kenobi again. Like I said, he was good in all the other two movies. He's good in this movie. I have no complaints about him. Did his job. You did your job, man. You won. You probably the best of all the of the first three movies. You have been, besides Liam Neeson, who's always a badass. You have been the best character, the best actor part of this movie. Natalie Portman as Padme. Once again, I didn't know Natalie. I know this Natalie Portman when I first watched the series, and she was okay. I didn't have any complaints. Besides that one line, Anakin breaking my heart. But other than that, no. Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, who did a complete upgrade from the second movie. The second movie was annoying, and the reason why he was annoying because that's what George Lucas told him to be. George Lucas told him to be annoying because Hayden Christensen even didn't like the character. Hayden's like, can I not be this character? And George's like, no, you need to be this character. So bad on you, George. Hayden was a better actor in this movie. He did a phenomenal job. I love him in this movie. I got behind him. I got to see his reasoning. His talking didn't bother me. Good. Great. Ian McDiarmid, who plays Supreme Council Palpatine / Darth Sidious. Dude, you was cartoony. You was super cartoony. I don't know why you was super cartoony in this movie. That's the only thing I had about you being cartoony. Other than that, he was okay. Like it made sense why you became why you want to become counselor so you can become. Why you became counselor so you can become. I can't say the word. I want to say this word. Complete overlord of the galaxy. I see the whole thing, but dude, you was super cartoony. That's the only complaint I had about him. Mace Windu, played by Samuel L. Jackson, another great character. Didn't mind him. Yoda, Frank Oz played Yoda. Always great voice, always great hearing him. And that's about it. Governor Tarkin's in this movie? Oh. I missed that. What part? I'm looking through the IMDb here, guys. Where Governor Tarkin was in this movie? What part? I don't remember that. Interesting. Huh. Interesting. One thing I do want to talk about General Grievous, like my last thoughts, is I wish we got more General Grievous. When he was in this movie, he was sick and ill. I think he was like an ill character. And so he was already kind of dying. So when he fought Obi-Wan Kenobi already had the advantage. And the match ended in a really the battle ended really anticlimactic. Like Obi-Wan used a gun and shot General Grievous in the heart. Not once, but like 3 or 4 times. And Grievous like incinerated. And Obi-Wan even walked up to Grievous and was like, he said, it's unnecessary. Anyway, he said something like, such savagery or something like that. Like he doesn't like using the gun. He threw the gun down and looked at Grievous, make sure he was dead. But I kind of wish they had like a legit lightsaber battle. I know Obi-Wan lost his lightsaber throughout the battle, but I wish Grievous was around a little bit more. Maybe he could have been a character in the second movie and been more of a threat. That's my own thing about that. If there's a Friday night movie, yeah, go for it. Watch this movie on Friday night with a bunch of friends and family. Just kick back and listen to Star Wars movies. Want to kick back and watch out of the series? Kick back and watch this movie. Like, watch this one or the first 3, as in like 4, 5, and 6 when they first came out. One of those 4 movies. Rogue One. Go back and watch it. Watch it with friends and family. I agree with that one. I agree with this as being a Friday night movie. Great in time. I'm gonna give Star Wars Revenge of the Sith Episode 3. I'm gonna give this movie. A B-. Give this movie a B-. The reason why, because you had some few cartoony parts, like Dark City as being super cartoony, but it wasn't bad enough to take me away from the movie. The storyline was there. The storyline was good. Jared Grievous to me just didn't have more of a role. Count Dooku went out pretty easily. Like, I don't know. I give it a B- because it's definitely not an A. And it could be a B, but just Darth Sidious is a little too cartoony for me. I kept laughing at him every time I saw him on the screen. So I'll give him a B-. It was a B- of a movie. So that's a final grading. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Not Attack of the Clones, good lord. Revenge of the Sith, a B-. What did you guys think? Please put in the comment section below. What you guys think of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith? Please comment. Please like, subscribe, follow, listen, share, or whatever platform you're watching this episode or listening to this episode on. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching this episode of Movie Breakdowns. See you next time, and keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, comment in the comment section below, and please subscribe for more episodes of Grind Towards Success, movie breakdowns, or whatever it is you're watching on my channel. I have different stuff from interviews to other movie reviews to wrestling reviews. If you're a wrestling fan, please subscribe if you want to see all that and see what's going on. Also, you can follow me on Snapchat here, follow me on Instagram there to see what I'm doing in my personal life as well as my business and Ninja Warrior. And lastly, you can watch the last episode of Grind Towards Success here, and you can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns there. Thank you guys once again. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Keep being awesome.